Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I am Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden, and it is April 18th, YC126, and this is the Viewers Show! Welcome, 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 guys. How's it going? Settle in, like the stream. Welcome if you're new. How's it going? Subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Oh, sorry that this is starting out late. I've got a story behind that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I do want to start out by saying that we are outside of Oiviken again, where the Upwell is continuing their construction. And this, what we have here in the middle of the screen, is the current state of the Skyhook. So as we can see, this central barrel here, which is what we saw as part of the video as well, has been expanded upon. This additional structure doesn't appear to be from any of the images that we saw. And the arms that go out to the circular thing in the front isn't here yet either. So this is seeming to be a fairly serious construction, and we'll look at the files on HoboLeaks about that in a little bit. But yeah, there has been some additional convoys and stuff and new items dropping. People are actively hunting for new Chris chips, as we don't actually have all of the information that we've received so far. Like, we're still missing some clips from the Codename L video, which I'm pretty sure I showed you guys on Tuesday. The thing that a lot of people were saying looks like a Poco, and I was saying looks like a like ammunition or something. So yeah, like the stream, give me a pity like, please, because today is going to be a little bit short and a little bit scattered. Because, okay, let me tell you a little story, okay? To begin this story, like most of my stories, we have to start way too back in the past. Like, it's been 2 weeks or more since I've last done laundry. I had both of my laundry bags full to the brim of, like, all my clothes. I was starting to become embarrassed because, like, my son had to wear the, like pants that he had gotten, like, just a little bit dirty the day before, but he had to wear them again because I didn't have any more pants for him. We'd gone through all of his pants. So the reason why this is because we have this laundry facility. I live in an apartment. We live in a laundry facility, or we have a laundry facility on site, which is nice. But apparently they changed who's managing our laundry now. So they took out all of the laundry machines, and every single day I was told, oh yeah, they said that they're going to bring them in today. So for like an entire week and a half, I basically wait, like, oh, okay, yeah. You know, they're like, oh, you can go to the laundromat over there or whatever. And I'm like, it's fine. It's going to be here tomorrow. I'll just do it tomorrow. So like an entire week goes by of like increasing sunk cost fallacy as I'm trying to like cope with this fact. And so finally yesterday afternoon, I see them moving in the new laundry machines. I'm like, yes, awesome. Tomorrow morning, it's not going to be great. I'd like to do it on Wednesday, but, you know, tomorrow morning before stream, I'll just do laundry. It's great. So I get my son on the bus, and hey, what's up, Tranquilla? And like 20 minutes later, I'm, oh God, I need to go do my laundry. So I go and take my laundry down there, and I see, and it's got a whole new setup, right? The old one had a card. This one has an app that you can use. So I had to, like, so I load up all my laundry. I download the app. I load up $20, which I don't get paid for another 3 days. So like, I don't have a ton of money right now. By the way, if you want to help, you can always, you know, become a member or a patron. But either way, so I put $20 on the thing. And then I, you know, go to use the app on the thing, scan the QR code, and it links to the thing, and it says linking. And then the actual machine says incompatible payment type. And I'm like, okay, that's odd. Maybe I just did it wrong. So I tried again, and I tried the other 2 washing machines, and they all did the same thing, incompatible payment type. I'm like, I mean, I've already put my soap in there. I need to make this happen, right? So I go and I call, like, there's a phone number. In case of any problems, call this phone number. Great, cool. So I call this phone number, answering machine. Well, that doesn't do me any good. So I wait like 10 minutes, and I call the phone number again. This time I get a person. I'm like, great, cool. So I just put this, I explain them to all the stuff. She goes, well, can you try uninstalling the app and reinstalling it again? I'm like, oh, all right. I mean, sure, why not? It's brand new, but whatever. but I just put $20 in. And she's like, don't worry, the $20 will still be on your account. So I uninstall it, reinstall it, relog in. Sure enough, $20 still there. Great. Go to use it again, incompatible payment type. All right, so I call her back up and I'm like, hey, by the way, that didn't work. And so she's like, okay, well, you're going to have to call the app developer then. And so she gives me the phone number for the app developer. I call them and they're like, okay, yeah, you know, we start talking about it and they go, are you the technician on site? I'm like, no, I live here. I'm a resident. And they're like, oh, well, we need a technician on site to be able to troubleshoot it. I'm like, so you're saying that there's nothing you can do? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, then why did they tell me to call you? And they're like, we don't know. We need a technician out there. I'm like, all right, cool. And so I hang up with them and I call back up the first place. And I'm like, hey, by the way, they said that they can do nothing for you. And they're like, oh, okay, well, fine. We'll send out a technician and they'll call you when they're on their way. And I'm like, why me? I just live here. I don't work here. I don't manage this stuff. Nobody pays me to do this. I'm just trying to get my laundry done. And then I go, is there anything that you can do? Like, do you have any suggestions? Or no, I ask, how long is it going to be? And they're like, oh, it could take 24 to 48 hours. Okay, well, is there anything that you can do to suggest? Is there any suggestions that you got for the laundry that is currently in the washer with soap on it? And she just pauses and goes, no, sorry. I'm like, okay, great, thanks. So I wait longer, and then finally the manager of the apartment comes, and like I ambush her right away. She's a very nice person. So I'm like, hi, I'll let you get out of your car, but don't worry, you've got laundry stuff to deal with. And so I explained the whole situation to her, and she's like, you know, whatever, I'll deal with them. So I have to go and, oh no, she's like, can you come back in a little bit while I get my stuff in order? So I'm like, okay, right, fine. So I come back like 20 minutes later, and she's exasperated. She's just like, she's got her hand on her head. Her eyes are like you could just tell that she is like infuriated. And she's just like, if you think that the way they talk to you is bad, imagine how they talk to me. And then she just literally handed me her debit card. I assume her personal debit card, and said, here's the PIN number, go pay for it. So I did. And like, that's the reason why it's late. It got delayed by all of that time. I had to spend all this time doing the laundry. Finally, my manager managed to set it up, but I still can't pay for anything. And that $20 is still locked up. So yay, tech. All right. That was my meaningless rant for the day. Oh, you know, this is my punishment for working for Android or on Android apps for like 6 years, promoting the Internet of Things. This is what I get. This is the consequences of my actions. I understand this, but I still don't like it. All right. So back to the important stuff, to Eve. So meanwhile, the Skyhook construction has expanded, as you can see. They didn't really say anything about it. It was just simple back when they just took orders. I was thinking about that today, where it's like, nowadays, they can add in all of this new convenience, but because they're like before this, you had to make sure that your system was compatible with as much things as possible, right? Like the laundromat didn't issue its own currency. Therefore, the laundromat had to be compatible with coins and whatever else, because that's the money, like that's what you were expected to use, right? Now, the idea of like a payment card is one step further, but at least like payment processing systems through like cards and stuff is well proven tech. And once again, they're like, it's all standardized stuff, right? But now that we've moved to this app-based thing, like that, first of all, I could have used my credit card or like my debit card. I realized after the fact, but it didn't, like, I didn't notice it on the thing at first. But the more we transition to using these apps for payment, the more that we create a very fixed bottleneck of responsibility. And if that system fails, then it's like, well, I guess you get nothing then. And, you know, so rather than having to be compatible with as much as possible, they only have to be compatible internally. And then you get all kinds of false assumptions and broken stuff. Don't you guys have phones? Exactly. Yeah. That was the other thing. I was like, what? But anyway, whatever. All technology has the spirit of a cat shoved in somewhere. Yeah, that's a good point. My surrogate dad used to talk about how, you know, all electronics have smoke put into it, right? We're not 100% sure what the smoke does, but we do know that if you let the smoke out, it stops working. Let me move a little bit so that way we can keep going with a cool looking camera. Come on. No. Ah, that was a mistake. Also, in other news of things not working right, hey, Tranquilla Mare. Thank you. I can understand them not wanting to have to deal with coins, but you think that they would just work like regular. Well, again, it does have a swiper and a reader in it, but like I didn't notice that at first because it was just a square thing with a camera and a QR code on it. And so I just thought, oh, I've worked with Android before. I'm tech savvy. I'll just use the tech thing. My mistake. But, all right. Oh. Yeah. Now, the nice thing about the app, now, granted, the app does have some cool features to it, right? Where, like, I can actually check to see if the laundry is done or if the machines are open from my phone. So, like, there's all kinds of reasons why you might want it. But, you know, obviously they're going to be tracing a lot more information from it. And also, it doesn't fucking work. So... I forgot to do the alerts again. There we go. Ah, that almost... It showed up for a second. Honestly, I just stick with the machine that can take money, cards or coins, and pay with coins. Yeah, I mean, like, I probably will now, but whatever. I mean, now I have $20 on there. I got to figure out how to spend that at some point. And it has a countdown time in it. Yeah, you know, in case you can't set your alarm yourself or something. I don't know. Whatever. So in other news of things not quite working right, pretty funny fact. I while sitting here in Ovikin, I was trying to find a good warp in or to get a good shot of this thing. So I wanted to come in from the side, right? From over here, right? And so that way I could go this way, you know, that way. That way? Yeah. And the camera would pan across, right? So I even set up a bookmark to be like right here. So it would be my like point. Now that's what I ended up approaching. But here's the thing about this, okay? If you see here, there's this POCO. The customs office for Ovikin 6 is 8,000 kilometers away. Here's the crazy part about that. So I noticed this first when I tried to warp to my bookmark, because I had to close the game and then reopen it. But if you try to warp to the POCO, if you can hear it, I'm going to do it again. Hold on.
You cannot warp there because natural phenomena are disrupting the ship.
I cannot warp there because natural phenomena is disrupting the ship. And then if I go to, let's say, the planet, I can actually warp to the planet, right?
Warp drive active.
No, you won't. Check this out, Lazy. It's pretty funny. Oh, hey, there's lore stuff happening. Hold on. I missed that. Hold on. Who is this? Or secure transport and system. I noticed some eyes around. Not to worry. Provisions have been made. Stay cool. The trap is set. Let's watch it unfold. Striking Echo is briefed and is en route to secure the transfer. Better be a secure transfer this time. This has been far too many incidents. Threat eliminated. Continue transfer. Appreciate the backup. Proceeding. More hostiles. Should I proceed with the second part of the transfer? Affirmative. They know not to meddle now. Cargo dispatched. Stay focused. Ignore local comm interference. And they are still here. I'm going to set Chemeltech to blue. Just so it's easier for me to track them. Yeah. So there's 3 Chemeltech members in local right now. Someone tried to gank the Ocketers and got killed by Upwell's Orthruses. Interesting. They were trying to pick up Chris ships, but the RP actors brought 2 Orthruses to guard it. Oh no! They're evolving. The green text is getting keyed. Oh no! Ha! Hold on, hold on. There you go. They're in a safe at one of the outer planets. It was Tirlin Bess Servasi that said threat eliminated. He is a Chemeltech guy. Let's go look. The last 2 kills are from yesterday in their mobile tractor units. So if there is a kill, it's either unreported or like it hasn't gotten in yet, or like nobody had their stuff on Zkill. Well, it would show up on Zkill if the victim of the kill was registered. Yeah, that is one of the cool things that's been going on with this, because it's like there is actively stuff going on in Avoiken like every day now. And people are trying to get the next series of Chris chips. Either way, so if you check this out, watch this, right? So let's say I am at Planet 6, right? And I want to go to the POCO. Let's say, you know, because this is a proper POCO. Like, it's owned by a player group, Omega and Friends, right? That's a proper player group. So this is a functional POCO. This planet should be able to be done with planetary industry. If I go here and go, can I see other players' networks at all here? Can I? I should be able to. Is there no other networks here? Hold on. I know it's always been like weirdly hard to find other people's networks. You're theoretically supposed to be able to find them. I refuse to believe that there are none here. But the point is that if I warp to this POCO, watch what happens. Warp to within 0. Chemeltech employees are forbidden from using unsecured external Galnet killboards. Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect a Chemeltech person to be registered, but maybe the other party of the fight. Look at this! I warped to the POCO and landed at the Asbel at 0. So this entire area is a dead space pocket, and the POCO is included in the dead space pocket. So if you want to access this POCO right now, if you happen to have stuff on this planet, or for some reason you wanted to start doing stuff on this planet, you would have to travel 8,000 kilometers slow boating it with your hauler in order to access the customs office. Probably not worth it. But yeah. I think that's pretty funny. Oh, hold on. There's more. I'm actually so mad that the CAN server ticked through me. Definitely getting some attention. Will this be much longer? Hopefully not. We're not rushing as we have the escort. I was worried for a second there. That was some fancy flying that almost intercepted the cargo. Be mindful of repeated attempts. No, hold on. I do not believe that this is going to replace POCOs. Furthermore, like, this structure is extremely big to be a Poco, just a Poco. So I don't think that this means that it's going to replace Pocos. I think it's just an accident. I don't think this means that it's a Poco. I know that in the Arataka Research Consortium's Discord, Dr. Spodmane was just like definitively said it wasn't a Poco. I don't know whether or not he does or does not know anything, or is just guessing like the rest of us. I think I don't know. Sometimes he knows some stuff. What's the ETA on the second transport? Hey, achieved. Never said a replace, but spins increasingly planet related. But I think that again with the arm. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I gotta go find it. I think maybe. Yeah. So according to this picture, like we can see that there's supposed to be this arm that goes out and then comes to this ring at the end. And based on you can't see it in this picture, but based on the way that the edges were, we looked at this yesterday, or not yesterday, but last week. It appears like that should come out the front here. So like all of this picture is like this tube, but then there should be like these two arms that comes out and leads to the ring right there, which would point it directly at the planet, which I find very interesting. Also, by the way, they're now saying that they're en route, so wherever they happen to be. But let's see. That's a poor picture of it. Well, if we look at the pirate fob, it's hard to see, but there's actually a big bar that extends out the front with a ring at the end where all of these three things kind of center in on. And that is the end point for the shipcaster beacon, right? So, and the other shipcaster beacons have this too. Hold on. Yeah. What? Hold on. What just happened? Wait, what? I just had an aura. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know that if you hover over that, it tells you stuff. What does this say? Oh my god, it shows videos. That's really cool. Hopefully people find that. Hold on. What do we got here? En route, CM, TAC 221203, TAC 1, state your intentions. I don't believe a word of it. Keep an eye on them. This is a secure location. Leave immediately or face the consequences. Interesting. Could it be related to deploying troops in Vanguard? So I still stand by the idea that what we're seeing here is Upwell's equivalent to the fob, right? This is a tool that allows them to bring things to this point and then project it down onto the planet and bring it back up, right? That's my guess, right? So, you know, like in the shooter, you have to extract somehow. So, you know, having this kind of device to be able to put people down on the ground and also pull them up would be pretty useful. Wait. Oh my god, this dude got killed. Yeah, here we go. This Hecate got killed by Chemeltech. Whoops. I did / and said ... Hey, Container Records. I just released a video that you might enjoy. I lost 3 ships, 26 billion each in 3 days in the funniest way. Oh, what? I will have to check out those videos. I cannot for the life of me find any loot in the drone sites. None of them have had ascendant. So you mean a sentient? So as Satonia said last time or earlier, the chances of of the spawn happening in an anomaly is 5%. So you are much more likely to get one by doing the signatures, the scan signatures. Strike Team Echo, do we continue with transfer phase 2? Where is this happening? Continue with transfer. I'm just going to go. Maybe there's do you need to combat probe them now? Hold on. Oh yeah, there's plenty of combat probes out. So there I see the Orthruses, Strike Team Echo. There they are. Where are they? They're at 10. They're at 5, not 10. So what's at 5, not 10? Lots of things are at 5, not 10. What about 8? No. What about 9? 9, not 10? So Caldari Stargate? Hold on. There's nothing in that direction? Wait, that's not the right one. I'm dumb. They are not in that direction? Well, I didn't bring combat probes, so oh well. I would fleet with Vona. If somebody wants to fleet me, then that'd be great. Hold on. There, Roger. Whew, that was close. Apparently, they did the trade-off fine. I found one of those sentient drones yesterday in a regular drone site. I did a bunch, but only one showed up. Of course, nothing I scanned ended up with drones. Yeah. The... Aggressive descanning. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to verify that they were, in fact, in a safe. They're taking some pretty extreme measures to not let us kill them. Oh, hey.
Warp drive active.
Well, that's handy. Remember, guys, the big event, the actual event, starts at the end of the month. So this is just a minor thing in the grand scheme of things. But it is very interesting if you're interested in, like, the live lore. Hey, look at this. So the Consortium Mobile Tractor Unit is owned by Chemeltech. The Occator is, of course, Chemeltech. Do they have Chemeltech logo on? Why aren't you showing your logos, guys? What about the Orthrus? Returning to base. Don't leave. Where's your logos? Show your logo. I'd have to switch characters, but oh, actually no, I don't. So speaking of logos, check it out. Check it out. Okay, we're so happy about this, man. We got our Alliance logo in, guys. Check it out. The Invited is now in the game. And let me tell you, this fucking logo looks so good on ships. Like, every single ship, every single lighting that we've looked at, this logo is amazingly good looking. The details all came through. It's very brilliant. Thank you so much to Ara Danica for making it, and of course CCP for putting it into the game. It looks so good. Like, I have legitimately gone out and like done some plexing and stuff just so I could fly in space and look at the logo. This is the teaser event where they set up lore details. I still think players could cause major changes at this stage, but no one ever wants to do things that don't have a direct reward. You're right, Aaron. Actually, so like, this is what we're watching here is history playing out, right? Like, these are events that are important to have happen, right? And they are playing out in real time, and we're able to interact with it. Now, are we going to be able to, like, stop the cloning program? No, of course not. These forces are far bigger than we are. What we can do is intercept them, decide how fast we know about them, spread them around. We can react to it as Capsuleers and interact with it in our own power, right? They are actively attempting to stop us from getting the Chris chips at this point. So, yeah, there were Chris chips potentially here that we just didn't get because people weren't able to get them, right? That's how we interact with it. But the point is that this is something that is happening, right? Eventually, this is going to be in the news. It's just like the Chemeltech ambush, right? It was something to happen, right? Like, these are real things. Not everything has to be like, oh, this is the big event with some big prize. These are just things happening in space, people doing stuff. And this becomes part of the story that eventually becomes the story of the next expansion or the next shooter or whatever it is that this leads to. And so the reward of taking part in this is to say that you've taken part of this. It's just like with the Chemeltech ambush that I was talking about last week, right? Like, yeah, it's true that it is very, very likely that Chemeltech convoy was going to be ambushed. But the fact that it was ambushed by Fraternity did ransom it for 10 billion ISK, did return them for 1 billion ISK, and then brought one of them to the death list. Those are all things that happened. And they happened because of the players that happened to be involved at the time. That is now true. Anytime I tell that story from now on, you know, a year from now, when there are new people that have joined the game because of the shooter, and they want to know what the hell even happened, I'm going to have to tell them about, oh yeah, well, Upwell started their own cloning program, and as part of it, you know, one of the earliest signs of it was this convoy that was intercepted by Fraternity, and blah, 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 right? That is now history. So yes, it isn't about making trillions of ISK, although, you know, oftentimes with these sorts of things, there are opportunities to make tons of ISK because they are very niche things, and, you know, niche things can be valuable. But the biggest thing is that, like, it's your mark in history, you know? People want to blow off the Stargate Trailblazer event and like be like, oh, well, those were always going to be built. But you know what? I know a lot of people, including myself, that are pretty freaking proud of the fact that our name is on a Stargate's plaque because of the effort that we put in, right? And I even say this to new people now, and you know what? They're impressed by it. So this is what it means to be part of a living history. Did Frat get paid by the Deathless? I don't think that they got paid by the Deathless. They just contracted it over, and the Deathless accepted it. My fleet front is getting attacked? Is that true? I don't think so. Well... No, they look fine. Roger that. Let us know if you need assistance. It's okay. Our part is done. Fly safe. Almost there from our side. Just keep us secure a little while longer. Intimidation tactics. You had your chance. Flattered and flattened in the same day. So yeah, that wasn't... I'm assuming that that's this guy. Amicus Navy. Isn't there at least one that failed to get built and just doesn't exist now? Which one? All 4 of the Stargates and Stargate Trailblazers were built. They were never designed to not be built, and CCP was very clear about that early on. So anybody who said that they thought that it was that way, like CCP never even like suggested that. You're thinking about the Othanoon Stargate. So about 6 months after Stargate Trailblazer, both the Galente and the Caldari attempted to build a Stargate to Othanoon. And the Caldari succeeded in theirs and succeeded in locking out the Galente from building theirs. So it was the Othanoon Stargate that failed to get built. Oh, the Deathless pay 3 bill? What are Skyhooks? We're not sure yet. I don't think I'm going to get Abyss done today, guys. We'll have to do that tomorrow, just as a fair warning. Today I'm too frazzled and there's too much going on. Yes, those were 2 different things. I've always, I've long since speculated that the Stargate Trailblazer event was the Empire's experimentation with adding Triglavian technology into their Stargate network. And then the Othanoon Stargates were like the next phase of that. Oh, there's a Hecate. Is that the same one? Feeling best Severus warning we might have trouble now. Hold on. No. This is a different Hecate. So basically what they're doing is they're landing, they're dropping it, and letting it get sucked up by the can. It seems. I like how the NPC sex status is nearly 2. Oh yeah, negative 1.8. Probably because they were engaging players, right? Oh yeah, it's not a threat at that range. Tierlan. Yeah, Tierlan is negative 1.8. And where is it? Yeah, see? Tierlan was the one who attacked first. I'm kind of surprised that she didn't get a security standings loss. Maybe she waited. Yeah, they're like testing the MTU by dropping cargo cans full of crisp chips and letting them get sucked up. I don't know if it's testing it, but it's just like they're... This is just a... I mean, like, on that level, this is a game that CCP is playing with us, right? Please head to the Upwell prototype construction facility at Planet... oh. Because he's asking about the crisp chips. No, not the crisp chips, but the rogue drone beacons, right? How do I turn in these parts to the Upwell prototype? There you go. So yeah, both times that we've been here, the last couple of days, there has been lore stuff happening. There's been there's been NPC actors in space doing stuff. Chemeltech is still doing stuff. Now I'm curious as to how many the hauler has in it right now. Man. Can I look up a ship Is there a ship scanner nearby? No. No. And no. Unfortunate. Oh, what just happened? Hecate just went suspect. Proteus went suspect. Is that true? Hold on. Proteus just cloaked. Hecate... What just happened? Wait a minute. Oh, he attacked the MTU. Did he attack the MTU and they scooped it? What happened to the Hecate? What just happened? I want a cargo scanner. Oh, yeah. Not any better. Oh. What's happening now? There it is. No! My friend! My friend, the Catalyst! Wild that, like, hold on. So, even though these are, like, these are NPC actors, but they're like normal players, right? But yet, when he killed a wreck, it's still blue? As if they were killed by an NPC. Does that make sense? Is that normal? All done, scooped it up. Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, it was looted before I could get there, but... Weird. Oh, no, there is Concord. Yeah, he got Concorded. That's probably what it was. Right, but these... My point was is that these aren't NPCs. But I think it's because Concord killed them. Interesting. I think they're done now? Maybe. There's just the Orthruses left. There's the Proteus again. Strike Team Echo returning to base. Wouldn't wonder if they fall under the same limits as Diamond Rats, but controlled. I don't know. But like I said, I seriously think that the reason why I did it was because Concord did the killing. But I'm just really confused by it. I'm surprised that it did that. It's like they know that it's an NPC corp. Maybe if the person who's in fleet with me... Hold on. They're like, do you have a combat ship? I'm like, yeah, not really. Third time might be a charm for you. I'll bring some nicer toys for you boys. Yeah. Oh, I guess probably Walter meant the cargo of the Hecate? Or no, sorry, the catalyst? L codename out now. L is now complete. Oh, oh boy. Good. Sheesh with 5 gifted memberships on behalf of Aaron, Titan Artemis, Snoo Snoo, Puppet Master, and Jonathan. Thank you so much, Sheesh, and for myself and everybody who enjoys my show. That kind of thing is exactly what supports this channel and makes it all possible. Hey, it's Kado. I know you. I know you. Let's see. Yeah, give me a second. The new fragment that matters is this one. So we can see, I mean, like all this is the top part to it. And this just, you wanna reference me? Fine. I will mention my YouTube. Prospector watching over me with a Thunder Child. Uh-huh. Don't worry, I am not on Ash. I'm not working against Concord actively at the moment. It's okay. Different character. Codename L is because in the top left corner of the video, for a single frame, it has the letter L. So just to make it distinct from the other ones, everybody started calling it Codename L. This was the Codename L video originally. So we basically have the top left corner now. And this is the thing. I don't think this is a ship because there's no engines down here and there's no engines at the top. I continue to feel like this is some sort of piece of a facility, or it really looks like a power unit, like a ammo for some sort of new weapon. Hope to be back in the universe this weekend. Well, this weekend you want to be in this in Eve this weekend because the 10th frigate free for all is this weekend, right? That's right, right? Hold on. So if we go to evoganda.blogspot.com, we find Rick Javix's website. Let's see. 10th Animal Free for All is frigate free for all is this Saturday in Oileta. Is what time is it? Medical clone in the station. Yeah, I do recommend putting your medical clone in Oileta, just so you can like reship and get a new frigate, just in case. There'll be people handing out frigates at like all of the different stations. It's going to run from 1600 Eve time to 2200 Eve time. So it'll be a lot of fun. There's like CCP dudes that are hanging out. There's lots of people. You can come and get the kills on me a couple of times. It's going to be a blast. This is the biggest brawl of the year, every year. This is a big one, guys. It's a real thing. So you should probably come and participate if you can. Codename L. Yay! Oh, it's complete. Yeah, like that. That definitely doesn't look like a ship to me. You could convince me that this is a Poco, but especially given the fact that what we saw before, like with this construction here. What are we looking at? This construction here is way more than this tube in the center, which is what was shown in the previous clip. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, that's another part of this same building. I keep seeing, like, you can see, like, there's, like, ribbed pieces up here at the top. See if I can... Like, right there, you can see that there's, like, going to be, like, slatted things. I don't necessarily think that that's going to be where that goes, per se, but, like, I don't know, man. It still feels like a piece of... Bad Boy Smooth with 20 gifted subs. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. I think that means I'm going to get a new emote. ICA Bronco, John A, Satonia, Nator, Deadheads 2, MNZT, Guy, Oosh, Blue Jay, Villis, Brolox, Rami, Mark, Engine, Chris Clark, Jason Toothseeker. The lazy one managed to fucking dodge it. AIR, Lord Rizzer, Curidus, Sheesh. No. All of those. On behalf of all of those, Bad Boy Smooth, thank you so much for that support. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah. The most impressive thing out of all of that was somehow the lazy one still didn't get a sub. I mean, Stone Gunner didn't either, but like, I honestly think that the lazy one has done something to prevent him. Like he's now uneligible to get. You are Matrix level dodge, my friend. I'm impressed. But yeah. I can see an Orca variant. It does look... Okay, I could... Like, if you insist on turning it to its side, I can definitely see it being that way. This thing does look really cool, doesn't it? Unable to get a membership in the first place? Yeah. Do you have to do something to activate accepting gift? I don't think that's... Is that true? It's a perfectly willing workforce transport. Yeah. What is it? The Department of Friendship and... Oh God, what is mutual assistance? Isn't that what it is? Isn't that Upwell's security division? Is Upwell's Department of Friendship and Mutual Assistance? Yeah. Department of Friendship and Mutual Assistance. It actually talks about it on the Upwell Thunderchild item. I'm guessing... Actually, I don't know where this one comes from. It might be part of... Oh, yeah, it is Insurgency. Check it out. The Upwell Security Thunderchild, which is considered an insurgency mortar battleship, so that's part of the defensive forces of the insurgencies. And you can see it says the Upwell Consortium's Department of Friendship and Mutual Assistance provides ships and personnel to aid or facilities under attack. Any ideas for such a setting? Oh, I have no idea. Punchinello gifting 5 memberships. Shiminy Christmas to Delta LG, Ari Surlat, Mark Hedges, Sleepy Dude, and Torio Torres. Thank you on behalf of all of them, Punch. And once again, Lazy One, showing that he's not lazy, Matrix dodging. I'm almost interested to know how many gifted subs or gifted memberships the Lazy One has managed to dodge at this point. It's gotta be more than 30. But, yeah. And Stone, well, yeah. There's a lot of you. To all of you else who are also dodging, we're calling out Lazy One because, like, people have been actively trying to gift him a sub for, like, a couple of weeks now. I've seen 2. Another shot. McGruber gifting 5 subs. It goes to Mr. Joshua, Brett Holt, Arcia, Lighter, and Carolee Toth. We're now getting names I've never seen before. We've never seen those people before. Still getting them. 72 people are watching. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to give them memberships. All right. At the very least, after this, somebody's going to have to remind me, and we're going to have to get a new emote pulled in. I think I might talk to Bad Boy, McGruber, and Sheesh to see what emote that we want to get. Membership should be only $1 a month, though, so, you know, it's not hard to get in on it. Dodge, dip, duck. Let's hope not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the math on that works. But you guys are wild, and I appreciate it either way. Thank you guys so much. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a membership. Going to have an invited emote? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have an invited emote. In fact, one could say we already have an invited emote. Yeah, we already have invited, Guristus, Angels, Deathless, and Upwell. So we used to have, back on my Twitch, I used to have all 3 Triglavian clades. So when people used to subscribe over there, I'd be like, show me your clades! And everybody post their fucking emotes of the clades and other, you know, whatever. That was a whole thing. So yeah, it could be cool to do that again. Although, I mean, like, there's 3 clades, so that'd be 3 of them. Maybe I could just put in just the Triglavian logo. That's probably a good one. Especially with the Trig and Drifters coming back into the limelight with the event coming up next month. That sounds like a good idea. I think more people started playing Eve lately. I mean, Eve is pretty fun right now. Lazy One, you're a premium member in my heart. I wish I could just right click on you and be like, hi, can I add you as a moderator? Will that work? Does adding you as a moderator make it so that you can use my emotes? I doubt it. Tranquilla! It hasn't even shown up on this other screen yet. Is it going to? Wait, what happened? What just happened? Why isn't it showing up over here? There it is. Tranquilla with 5 gifted memberships going to Jesus, Dogs, Mepho Gaming, David Briggs, Gregory Clock. Oh my God. At this point, I don't even want you guys to keep trying. This is so... Oh! This is actually kind of frustrating. But no, thank you guys so much. Hold on. Immediate... Punchinello with 10... Look. 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 Conover, Leland Collins, Baden, 6 points, 1 soul, Vince Brown, Lachahoon 332, Kuzpon, Brandar, Woodbuck, Middle Age Gamers. Thank you on behalf of all those people. Man, none of the people that are here and are waiting. This is nuts. Why are there stars moving? This game simulates the rotation of planets. I never realized that before. No. I'm sorry. I'm doing a special thing. I'm orbiting the thing. So I'm making the camera move. I also have the FOV turned way up or way down. Whatever. Either way, I've got a different FOV than normal. Like I can go like this and it's closer to normal. Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate, I try to get you guys good visuals. One of my biggest goals with this channel is to show you guys like what Eve has to offer. So I try to show you guys really pretty things and ways to do your UI differently. You know, I was actually just talking to somebody yesterday or the other day. You know, the reason why I have the HUD on the top of my screen and vertically aligned targets is just so that people, when they watch my stream, sees that and they're like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. I mean, being gray is starting to become like the elite thing. I don't know if elite's the right word. The rare thing, I guess? I don't know. Yeah. But this, so if we go look at Hobo Leaks, actually. We can see, like, this is what it looked like prior to today. And this is what it looks like now. The planets do spin, yes. Stoned Gunner breaking down and just taking matters into his own hands, becoming a member. 07 to you. Welcome to the team. Enjoy those emotes. I also, you know, put out live or early. When I edit a video, I'll put it to members first and do members only streams and stuff. It's fine. Yeah. Well done. Maybe they're building a vertical Titan. It is interesting because, like, this thing is starting to become a little bit too big to be that maneuverable, right? Like, come on. Sometimes you have to take matter into your own hand. Yikes. Maybe they're just going to shoot the planet and blow it up. Yeah, What? It does look vaguely like a homeworld ship, doesn't it? Like, if this turned into a homeworld ship, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks like a homeworld ship, you know? Like, oh, you can even see the brackets down here still. Oh, shoot. I'm going the wrong thing. There you go. That's the beginning of Project L, the round thing in the center. Well, it is definitely so. Like, it's the first thing we got, right? Hold on. I wish I had this whole picture ready to go still. Hold on. Nope. Nope. I can't find it. Let's see if I can find it in... Oh, man. It's going to be so far up in the Upwell Consortium stuff. I'm never going to find it. I guess... Hold on. Actually, let's go with...
Upwell has started construction of a prototype orbital structure in low orbit above the planet of Ovikin 6. No specific details.
Here we go.
As the...
See, okay. This thing here, you can see there are these brackets that angle down and then go back. And then in the front, there's this aperture, and then there's these two bars, and then there's this front aperture. Okay? When we go back, we can see, like, this bar here, right in the center there, the little slanter bar, is those ones that go back and then go backwards. There is the aperture, and then there would be two bars that go out this way, like towards the camera, to create the second aperture. But as we noted even before all of this second half of the building, oh my god, this second half of the building here wasn't in this original image, right? This image cuts off at the barrel, right? So in here, that image would cut off right about, well, where the Upwell logo is, right here. And everything back behind this is all extra stuff that isn't in that image. So, you know, that plus the construction up and down means that clearly this is more than just this one image, and there's other pieces involved. Oh, yeah, see, you can see the triple brackets up here. And if we look on the video, you can see those same brackets.
As the Upwell Consortium continues to push the boundaries of what's possible, we are left to wonder and watch closely. What are they planning?
So it says range 300 kilometers, but this says approach vector fixed and integration feasibility in progress. That's the gun barrel? Maybe. Again, I personally think that what we're looking at here is potentially a combination shipcaster and troop deployment system. Whatever it is aimed... Oh my god. Hold on. FOV. All right. Whatever it is aimed directly at the planet. Also, don't mind the low-res planet this zoomed in. But we also know that they're working on massive cloning facilities. So I think one of the things that this could be is this could be one of their cloning facilities, right? So they could build their soldiers here and then deploy them elsewhere. Or they could be training their soldiers elsewhere and then like shipcastering them to here to deploy. Well, yeah, that's why this thing is called. So this thing is called a Skyhook in the files. And a Skyhook is a theoretical sci-fi item thing that is like, usually it's a device that is set at like a Lagrange point and is a giant rotating thing in space. So that way you can hook a cable up to one of the weights, and as it rotates, it'll fling the thing off of the planet. That's what the original, like, that's what Skyhook means. But clearly this is not doing exactly that, but it's kind of like the phrase for it. Yeah, oh yeah, this thing is big. This thing is very big. Hold on, I'm too far from it to... Yeah, it's 140 kilometers away. You can... Well... It's big. You can tell it's big. Skyhook, space elevator. Yeah, kind of. Could be. Very could be. So, if we go to HoboLeaks... Oh yeah, we already looked at it. Sorry. Here is the image from last week, and then this is the image from today. They did add in to the files today. There was no patch notes, but they did, change the model. See, this is them changing the graphic model. That's true. It is next to the Asbel, which is already a pretty large structure. That's a good reference. All right. Anything else to talk about today? We've got the free-for-all this weekend. I will likely be able to come back tomorrow, so we should be able to do Abyss then. We have a new logo. The Invited is recruiting, so is the Convocation Empyreans. Come help us make EVE, maximize the engagement with EVE Online. Yeah. Can we blow it up? No. Also, Intosis links do not seem to work on it either. Let's see. There's also this little Plymouth. There's this thing here. Hold on. This just looks like a basic construction platform. Is this Zors and Sun? But this Zors and Sons image is static. No, it isn't. Stock up on blueprints. What is this from? Chemeltech. Okay. So they just have advertisements for all of the Upwell Consortium member corps? Is that what's happening here? Scope. Is this part of the summer expansion or the 2024 roadmap? It showed expansion before Capsuleer Day. I don't think the expansion will come before Capsuleer Day. Yeah, all the roadmap says is that it's in Q2. So, I mean, this is clearly almost certainly like a step in that direction. I think that it's very, 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 very reasonable to believe that this is, the very, very beginning precursors of what will eventually become the summer expansion. I wonder when we're going to be able to use extra add-ons to ships and stations. Before we got into this whole Upwell thing, they were trying to make what they called modular station passes. So that way you would start with like one chunk and then you would add more pieces to it in order to put in different facilities instead of the one stick idea. But that modular POS thing was what they eventually, like, they were like, this is going to be too hard. We can't do it. We'd have to dedicate an entire expansion to making it happen. And then like 2 years later, they came out with Citadels. Yitri Warehouse? Yeah, these are all of the Upwell Consortium member corps. Which, remember, here's the thing about this. 99% of the player base, 99% of the player base have no idea what's going on, have no idea what Upwell, the Upwell member corps are, you know, have nothing, no idea what's happening. You guys do. Why? Because you check out my videos, make sure to subscribe so that way you get the latest news and like it and all that sort of stuff, and share it around, because this is how we get people to know what's going on. Also, Starsea, we need to keep an eye on Starsea. They did just introduce... There was an ad. Where was it? Was it on Twitter? Hold on. There was a Starsea thing. Was it on Twitter? Because they did. So the other about a month ago, they did put a Starsea into the files, but I didn't remember if it ever got actually put in or not. Oh, here it is. So it says, launched by Caldari loyalists and Capsuleers as a rival to Quaif, Starsea has become a popular drink within the Caldari state for the 2 decades since its creation, now available in Classic and Orange. Does anybody know what this is for yet? Because I think that it's probably going to be for like a premium thing. Like maybe you get it for buying things from the NES. If it ain't the classic, if it isn't nullsec, why should I care? You know, I mean, look, in real life, people don't pay attention to current events. So why would they pay attention to current events in EVE? So yeah, the Starsea Classic gives plus 5% to agility, plus 5% to a velocity, and lasts for an hour. And it is run by... Nuegahuvi, NOH. And then this is Orange, which is scan resolution and capacitor recharge. I don't actually know how you would acquire these yet. Do we know if they can be acquired yet? I don't know. NOH, you say? Yeah. NOH makes owns Starsea. Starsea has what's plans great. Remember, it is Quaif that was worked with Lidai? Yeah, Quaif worked with Lidai to engineer soft drink induced nanocontrollers. So Thunderchild class battleship advertisement. Power Unlimited. What an ad. Expert distribution. Is expert distribution an Upwell member corp, and I just don't remember that? I'm not sure. Yep. You can get the Starsea boosters from the Mysterious Drops crate from the Anger Games. Oh, okay. That's a good point. We do have the Anger Games still going on as well. Make sure to check out the Twitch stream, and there have been some drops, including Mysterious Galnet Greats, but also coming up soon, there's going to be the Prophecy Navy issue. There's going to be a new one available soon, a new skin. But that actually does remind me, actually, I did want to cover today stand-up photon projector. It's interesting that they advertise this stuff. All right, so I do want to talk about this sale slightly for just a minute. This sale started today, I believe. It's a 2-for-1 sale, so that's really cool. You get a 2-for-1 offer on skill extractors and alpha injectors. Okay, so this is on the Nest store. If we go to the Nest store, We should be able to see... Yeah. Is this... Hold on. How does this work? You can take advantage of skills with the skill extractor, blah, blah, blah. Both skill are available from the Eve store. Oh! So it's only from the out of game shop, the cash shop. Do you get those? But this isn't even what I want to talk about right now. What I want to talk about is there's a second offer on this page. It's kind of bearing the lead. But once again, our Vanguard test is coming. The Vanguard test is going to be from the 25th to the 29th of April. And once again, what they're doing is they're giving us a limited time of Omega that will basically, if you get it now, it will give you Omega up through the playtest, giving you access to the playtest as well as everything else, right? They've done this every single time, although the amount of time that you have to get has kind of extended. I think it used to be like a few days or a week. Now it's 14 days, so you basically have to get half a month of Omega in order to do it. But you get this Revelation Navy issue Arkham skin for doing so. So if you get this this 14 days of Omega access via the... Do they have a thing here about it? Wait, hold on. Do they have a thing about here of it? Where is it? Wait. Where is it? Omega? Wait. Oh. I can get it. You can't even see it because of the screen. Hold on. Ah. I can get it right now for 250 plex. So for 250 plex, half a month of sub, you lose 2 days for it, but you get the Revelation Navy issue Arkham Arisen skin, which is pretty sexy. It's in the nest, yeah. I thought it... Well, the reason why I said that is because, like, it says... Shh. It says right here on the advertisement, you know, to go to the store, deploy to the store right after it. Like, here it says save big now, and if I click on it, it brings me to the store. And then after this one, it also says deploy to the store. So that's why I thought it must be on the store. But yeah, it is definitely in-game on the NES. So yeah, that's an opportunity for you guys. The Arkham Arisen skins are amazing. They're some of my favorite skins, and this, like, just seeing them doesn't do it justice. 2-for-1 deal on extractors is awesome. Injectors equals ISK equals Plex equals Omega is a pretty sweet deal. It's true. And it also means that for those of you who are interested in buying injectors, there's a good chance that there's going to be a dip in the injector market here in the next couple of days. So that's something to be keeping an eye on. It's sexy, but when will the average player get to use it, though? Well, excuse me. Correct. Well, I mean, it's definitely more accessible than some, but the big point is that a lot of people that have, like, dreads and stuff will want a good skin for it. So I would say that for anything, like, for those of you who aren't planning on having one recently, chances are you'll be able to sell it to somebody. If not, I mean, I wouldn't do it right now, but, like, in a couple of months, when this is no longer an accessible skin, then chances are, because, like, let's look. Actually, Malik, how much did you sell your skin for? So the Revelation Navy issue is like 8 to 10 billion by itself, right? 9 bill. And so, and it has 3 skins. You could get the Sanguinary Savant skin, which was only available during Halloween. Heart Surge skin, which was only available during Valentine's Day and may not be available again. And Arkham Arisen. So those are... What happens if I go here? So if you want to have a revelation, that's like one of a Rev Navy issue, which Rev Navy issues are kind of cool. I like it. I like mine. Like this is a good skin for it. As Malik pointed out, like this skin, I don't remember how much it was worth originally. It was like worth a bill or two. And then here Malik sold it about a year later, I think. Was it a year later? I think it was a full year later. He sold it for 9 billion ISK. It went from like 1 to 2 billion to 9 billion ISK and successfully sold at that price. So that's what I mean by like this skin may not be that valuable right now, and maybe not a lot of people want the Revelation Navy issue, but it will likely be worth more money as time goes on. Now, granted, the other side of this is if they do change the skin system this summer in such a way that it makes these skins kind of irrelevant, then that might hurt things. But they do keep coming out with these skins, so that makes me suspect that they aren't going to completely undermine it. But the point is that this is the kind of skin that somebody who's new, or somebody who's just getting a Revelation Navy issue, I should say, will like look at this skin independently and be like, oh yeah, I want that, and then go and look on the market and see how much it is. Or they're going to go on the market and see that the Heart Search one is worth 9 billion, the Sanguinary Savant is worth 10 billion, and the Arkham Horizon is worth 4 billion, and they're going to get the 4 billion ISK one. The Sorrow skins. Oh my god. I did a giveaway on my Sorrow Marshall skin. It was my celebration for getting Eve partner, or Twitch partner. But that thing is worth so much fucking money. Yeah, the Sorrow skins are probably some of the most valuable skins in the whole game. Up there with the we should probably do that at some point. We should look at the market and see which skins are the most expensive skins and figure out why. But the Yule Festival skins, the gold ones, are probably pretty far up there with the most valuable skins as well. But I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know which one would be more rare, the Sorrow skin or the Yule Festival skins. Can I show the skin? Which one? The Sorrow skin? Marshall Sorrow is going for 7.6 in Jita. It does look really good. It's just very clean. I mean, I would be more upset, except for I have this one, which is way cooler for several reasons. But, you know, every once in a while I regret giving away my Sorrow skin, but I think it was a good use. I mean, I will admit that it's one of those things that you get it because you, like, you understand what it is and it seems cool. Like, who wouldn't want to roleplay in their Marshal as a SWAT officer, right? This is a gamble. The new guy won't get a revelation. Where will we have the skins to fly one effectively? Where he will have the skills to fly one effectively. Yeah. I agree. Like, it isn't necessarily for new players, but that hasn't actually stopped CCP from giving like capitals and stuff like that out to new players before, because they kind of expect them to sell them. The best example of this was when they did the Shadow of the Serpent event, and so they gave the people that were doing the event the most, they gave them the Serpentis Dreadnoughts BPC first. And so, like, a bunch of people who have no contact to nullsec or anything like that, like the most hardcore lore and PvEers in the whole game, ended up with the most valuable Dread BPCs in the game, and they had no idea what to do with it, and no idea how much it was actually worth. I just wish I could get a couple of the Arkham skins for the Vanguard test. I didn't make it on a couple, even though I was keeping count and went over the requirement, I swear. Did you double check? Because, like, I know that the Osprey Navy issue, they originally, they said that they set the standard too high, so they cut the amount of mining that you had to do in half. And so I got my Osprey Navy issue about a week after the original handout. When the new skin system is released, I bet there'll be tons of police skins made. Well, so I think that what they've sort of suggested is that the new skin system, you will have to have the skin license unlocked in order to use that in your skin, in your custom skin, right? So it's not like suddenly you can make your own Sorrow skin, but if you have the Sorrow skin, then you can use that as part of it and then like add extra details and decals or whatever else. So I don't know 100% if that's going to be the case. I just find it very, very odd that they keep coming out with new skins if they're just going to make these all completely obsolete in 2 months. They didn't have a counter, but as in the Atron, it was the Atron, I think, where you needed 50 kills and team kills counted. It was hard to do. Yeah, dude, look, I have been very frustrated. That is actually the thing that I've complained about the most when it comes to Vanguard tests, is that, like, I get the fact that this whole, like, these rewards are kind of a separate thing, but not being able to track our progress is incredible. Like, it is the most negative experience out of the entire Vanguard test. Like, I did the mining for, like, 8 hours, 2 or 3 hours longer than I was really wanting to, but because I wasn't sure if I was done or not. And you know what? It turned out that I wasn't after all of that time. You know, it was so frustrating. And it feels so, like, especially since these things, you have to get so many total for the meta achievement. It's like, if you're going to be so demanding of us to hit these thresholds, we need to have good feedback to know that we are hitting those thresholds. Yeah, about 8 hours across like 2 or 3 days. And I'm not saying that that's an excessive amount of time, but as far as like being a playtester for a weekend playtest, I'd like to think that 8 hours of just doing it, like actually concerted effort, should be enough to complete the objective, right? Yeah, I don't know. I like the fact that they gave them out, like, they retroactively. Well, that's the thing, though, Satan. You couldn't even use a notepad because none of us had any idea of what counted, because it just said units mined. It did, like, so when you got to the end of the match, it only showed you units that you had mined since the last time you had died, because if you die, you drop the stuff. There's no way to know how many units you mined. There's no way to, like, does your partner's units mined count? Does it matter if you are the one that mines it, or does it matter if you pick it up off the ground? None of this stuff was clear. And yet, if you didn't get enough, you were just screwed and didn't get the skin. That was my problem. Like, it literally gave me anxiety. Yeah, Jeremy, but I mean, and that's definitely the right thing to do. But what my point is that even then, you had assumptions that you were operating on, that your numbers counted. My desire of playing that game lasted 1 hour. In the first hour of testing it, is so many disconnections. I was finally able to play. I do know that a lot of people were having disconnect issues. I did not have disconnect issues, but I do know that my friends, at least 2 people, were having connection issues, and at least one of them just flat out refused to sort it out, and I don't blame him. So, yeah, that's definitely a thing too. But I will say that, like, the experience of playing Vanguard with a team is significantly different than playing Vanguard without a team. Shout out to Kado for single-handedly carrying our entire Vanguard operation for the Convocation of Empyreans on his shoulders multiple months in a row. Kado, you are my hero. You cannot talk, but I will follow every command and follow you into battle, I swear. Finally got a new comp to play it, but playing it before on my old dying 1080 was rough on lowest settings. It is also very much, like, it does have high demands, I do know that. I know Dutch Gunner, like, Dutch Gunner's computer could barely run it, and so, like, there's like a 50-50 chance, a coin flip every single time he loaded in, whether or not it would work. I'm not saying it was without frustration. I'm just saying that the absence of knowledge of your progress on these meta missions that are, like, the reason why you're doing it and so important, just felt bad, man. Now, I will say that we also went over a bunch of the stuff from from Vanguard last week, related to the lore that we got from the last Project Vanguard, or the Vanguard playtest. Maybe it wasn't last week. Recently, we went over that. Maybe I should go back and find it and edit it out and put it out there. But there's a lot of really interesting lore involved with the Vanguard playtest from last time in the different missions. Feeling called. I'm not calling you out, Dutch. I'm calling out the negative experience that you had. You were the one that actually fought through it and made it happen regardless. I commend your tenacity. But yeah, I normally have only played like a couple of hours of play just to, like, get a feel for it. But like, one of the reasons why I play Eve is because I feel very much in like the doing things for a purpose, right? Like, I'm not really one for going out on like random roams or anything like that. It's why I like faction warfare and all that sort of stuff, is because like I want to know that my efforts, like this victory or this thing, is not only like for this moment, but also part of a bigger thing, right? And so like just running around and shooting people in Vanguard is fine, but like I'm definitely all in once it actually has some sort of effect on the universe that's like tangible. The insurgency, like corruption or whatever, is fine, but it's pretty minor. But what I'm saying is like once I can like actually build up a thing and it's not just testing, then I'm going to be much more committed to it, I think. But here I'm mostly just doing it for the sake of doing my part as a playtester. So yeah, playing it for more than a few hours starts to become very chore-like. It's fun for what it is, but there is not that much content, especially since we've been fighting on the same planet with the same gun for 4 months now, 6 months now. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to this month's playtest. I don't think this month's playtest is anything fancy. I think the fancy stuff starts showing up next month. But you know, it's still going to be worth doing. We don't have the requirements for how to complete the objectives yet, but of course we'll be covering that here on the show as soon as we get it, and talking about it. But remember, this weekend we still have the free-for-all and anger games and all that sort of stuff. Go ahead and get involved with the Convocation Empyreans. Yada, yada, yada. CSP got to put it in the busy work. Imagine how fast you go through an MMO without the grind. Well, yeah, it's true. But that's my point, is that like every time I log into Eve and go do a mission, I'm not just doing the mission to be complete, right? I'm doing that mission so that way I have a little bit more ISK. So that way the next time I need something, I can go and get it. It builds up to something. Like it's like anytime I have free time, I go out and mine in a belt, right? Not because mining in a belt is the most thrilling thing to do, but because I know that every minute I put into effort, I am building up my account, right? I'm making progress in something bigger. But that doesn't exist in Vanguard yet. So I'll watch the stream of it if you do the testing. I was thinking about doing some testing. The problem is that it happens on the weekend where I have a lot less of an opportunity to stream, but I'll see what I can do. Why is Upwell advertising Impro? Isn't... Impro is associated with PKN, which has been pretty closely tied to Upwell. I thought Upwell involved Impro. Hold on. No, this is the wrong one. This one? Yeah.
The up
No. But then two other groups joined Upwell at some point, right? I remember that. There's another point. I thought a couple of other Upwell or other groups joined Upwell Consortium after this point. Is that not true? Hold on. No? I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. That is a weird question. I know, like, I think it's probably because they're associated with PKN. Oh, they're part of the members of Society of Conscious Thought. Which I know that, wait, hold on. So the head of the member of the Society of Conscious Thought, Matashi Reich, was interested in Upwell during Inheritance. So at the very least, I assume that SOCT and Upwell were not closely tied in together then. Leisure Group and Deep Core Mining. DCM is Upwell, though.
Well Consortium.
Right? God damn it. Maybe not. The search is like, I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, well, fair enough. Yeah. Well, they're also a cloning group. Wait. What about Evermore? Who are the member corps of Evermore? Never mind. Who does DCM work with? Deep Core Mining Inc. Young company that's founded on the basis of revolutionary new mining drill technology. This new technology, details of which have never been revealed, gives a much higher yield than older techniques and has promoted DCM to the top echelon of mining companies very quickly. I don't know anything about them. There's Propel Dynamics. Those guys were involved with the Stratios. Huh. Hard to say. I think that these are just Caldari advertisements. No, Impro's not. CBD is showing up as well. I assume that that's... Well, so... This facility is likely here at the okay of the Caldari state. So it makes sense that, like, the various Caldari state corporations are put here. It's also true, let's set aside the tinfoil for a second and look at the fact that, like, chances are a lot of these advertisements were made to be put on Gita 4.4, and they just reused them here, right? Like, because Gita 4.4 has all of these kind of advertisement banners. So it's very, very likely that, you know, like, they want it to be here because it is all those Upwell stuff, but, like, a lot of these banners are probably just from the Gita 4.4 banners. Oh. Let me get an eye on this. Yeah, because I've seen this fleet up banner before in the Gita 4.4. Wow. Camera's really hard to control right here. Do you guys think the CCP guys involved do the brainstorming like we do here? Well, A, yes. And B, I guarantee that there's at least one person from CCP listening to this. So, you know, no. I can tell you for a fact that CCP puts a lot of thought and attention into all of these details. They can mess things up every once in a while, but, like, it is actually true that, like, all of the names and little details that they do a lot of the time are pretty meaningful. I know. A lot of people like to think that it looks like a bigger customs office, and it might be the case. Hey, look, a Starseed banner. I don't think it's going to just be that. Especially since there's been no, like, indication. There's no hint. Like, there's no smoking gun that that's what it's going to be. I just don't think it's going to be that simple. Because, like, we already have Poco Tech. Why would this need so much advanced research and development if it's just going to be a Poco? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why have this whole Graviton emission thing? Why have secret handoffs? What does the cloning project have anything to do with this? Because remember, the Chris chips and everything that we've been getting, like, what we know that they're working on is a clone program. So to think that this is completely absent of that is pretty silly, I think. PI rework is definitely in the cards as well. Hard to say. It is pretty big, though. Oh. What is this? Oh, look, they've got, like, a little facility right here. Kind of cool. What isn't big and Eve? Corvettes. Well, I guess Corvettes are still like Boeing or like airplane sized. Yeah, I really think that this is this is Upwell's answer to the Deathless's Vanguard for sure. I mean, like, it really, really, really seems to be the case. And, you know, this could be, along with, like, Stellar Transmuters, a new way for empires to customize their space. PI and attribute rework is definitely both, like, top-tier guesses, in my opinion. You know, the idea of reworking our skill training to no longer require attributes, and be more of a you train into unallocated and then allocate it however you want, rather than having to choose your skills to train. Like, that's definitely, like, that they said that they were going to do that a couple years ago. It's in the cards, and with all of this changes and clones, it is definitely up for grabs. And that's the thing, is that this is going to be a summer expansion. So again, thinking that this is only going to do one thing is pretty short-sighted, I think. But yeah, so let me know in the comments if you know anything about Upwell and why DCM, or if I've missed anything about Upwell membership, or if you have any other guesses besides the ones that we've been going over about what this structure might be for. But with all that said, I've been Ashtarothi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put even to context for you, my fellow Imperials. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. If you're still watching this, thank you for being here. And of course, if you wouldn't mind just quickly liking the channel, or liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leave a little comment down below telling me whether or not you think this is going to be a PI structure or something else. And then, of course, if you can do the little extra thing of of sharing it with someone else. But you know what? Watch time is what's really, really important with these videos. So if you're still watching this right now, thank you. If you're willing to watch my videos just a little bit longer, you know, that's great. That's what helps make this all possible. I also really want to thank those supporters that came in and gifted so many subs today. I'm going to try to remember them all. We have Punch did quite a bit. We had Sheesh that did quite a bit. We had, of course, Bad Boy Smooth and Stone Gunner coming in and giving himself a membership, and Tranquilla even joining in on the gifted membership, and McGruber joining in on the gifted membership train. You guys are absolutely the best and are quite literally the only reason why I get to do this anymore. So, yeah. Thank you guys for that. If you want to join, you can become a member for just $1 a month, or you can support with other things like buying some merch or becoming a patron. All that said, yeah, and the lazy one dodging all of them. All that said, I've been Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden. And until next time, I'll see you. Oh, fuck. Fucking dodged. Brian, Jarwin, RGM, Michael Costello, and P4Y. Thank you on behalf of all of them. Thank you to Ari Danica so much for everything that you do for me, for this channel, for the invited. Ari Danica is the greatest. Hip hip hooray. Let's thank Ari Danica, the queen, as well. But with all that said, I've been Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden. Until next time. Oh, comment down below if you have an emote that you want me to add. I'll see you in space.
You have been promoted. Bring on
For every city